hot yet?
No, of course not. It's only been running about an hour.
We have to find a solution for this. I'm sure we're wasting a ton of water and money. Not to mention the fact we're growing old while we wait for our hot water. I just finished this book on Einstein, and I understand every bit of it.
Yeah, but what can we do about our water taking so long to heat up? I mean, isn't that how it is?
Let's call a plumber and see if they have a solution.
Hello, thank you for calling FW Baylor. My name's Dave. How can I help you?
Hi, Dave. My name's Nicole. We're having a problem with our hot water. It takes forever to get to the kitchen and bathroom. Is there anything we can do? It just seems so wasteful.
Nicole, I have good news for you. There are many domestic hot water recirculation systems on the market today. I'm sure that we can find one that'll be a perfect fit for your house. Would you like an appointment?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, great. Do me a favor and have your gas, water, and sewage treatment bills ready for me because I need to determine the true cost for each gallon of hot water. And thank you for calling. I look forward to meeting with you. You know, that's the interesting thing about domestic hot water recirculation. Folks are irritated with having to wait for domestic hot water. They don't realize the cost associated with what that water that's going down the drain is per gallon. There's a new product on the market. It's the Grundfos Comfort PM. It only uses 5 to 8.5 watts instead of 30 to 170 watts that many of the other recirc pumps use. Our task when we get out there is to determine what their true cost is for the water that's running down the drain and see if the Grundfos Comfort PM is going to be a perfect fit for their house. So let's head on over to the job site. Okay, can you tell me what some of your concerns are?
Yeah, it takes forever for hot water to arrive for shaving.
And it's frustrating waiting for hot water to shower. And I know we're wasting a lot of water. And the kitchen's the same thing. It feels like eons until I have enough hot water so I can do dishes or wash my hands.
Right. Is there any way you can figure out how much it costs us to wait for hot water?
We need to weigh the value with the convenience and make sure we're being ecologically sensible too.
Sure, I can answer all of those questions. The first thing we need to do though is a timed exercise at the master bath shower. So why don't we head back there and we'll take care of that.
Sure.
So Nicole, in a minute I'm gonna ask you to turn on the faucet and adjust the knob to where you would when you normally take a shower. And Doug, I'm gonna want you to start timing the very second that that water is turned on and keep timing until we get fully hot water. After you have the faucet on and you step back, and I'm gonna take this bucket and I'm gonna hold it up to the shower head and measure a gallon of water in the flow. What I want you to do is as soon as I put that bucket under the shower head is hit this start button, and then I'll tell you when to stop when I get 1 gallon in that bucket. Don't you stop though, I want you to keep going.
Okay.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and turn that on. And I'll give you this, and then all you have to do is hit that start button. The flow from the shower head produced a gallon of water in 16 seconds. However, it wasn't hot. The hot water would arrive much later. You want to check it and see if that's getting warm now?
Almost.
Almost there?
Yeah. Okay, that's about right.
Okay, what do you got, Doug?
2 minutes and 20 seconds.
The final step of the exercise, check the water temperature to determine the amount of hot water in the flow. That's it, we're done with this. We can head back to the kitchen. I can put all this information into my Excel spreadsheet and we can determine what your actual cost is for the water that's going down the drain.
Very good.
We repeated the same exercise throughout the house and took the family's busy schedule into consideration. The end result is that you're wasting 13,322.5 gallons of water per year. Then we added the other utility cost to that figure, and so you've got a total of $444.11 in cost. That's money that literally is being washed down the drain.
Wow.
Good grief, we didn't know it was that expensive. We were primarily concerned about the convenience and having to wait for our hot water. What are our options?
I explained options for hot water recirculation systems. The induction option had far too many drawbacks. The dedicated return line option using the Grundfos Comfort PM was well suited for their home. Now in your case, there's a much better option, and that's this new technology that just came to market. It's made by Grundfos. It's called the Comfort PM. It has an ECM motor in it, which uses only 5 to 8.5 watts. I went on to explain all the great features of the Comfort PM, starting with auto adapt. AutoAdapt learns household hot water usage patterns, storing 2 weeks of usage information at a time and updates constantly. The stored data ensures the pump runs only when required. I also mentioned the disinfection feature that runs the pump for 15 minutes to flush the system of any potential bacteria when the pump is inactive for 8 hours. And the benefits of the electrically commutated motor, which is 95% more efficient than regular circulator pump motors. The ECM motor is relatively new to the United States, but has been proven reliable in Europe for decades. Then I detailed the cost savings. If we look at the cost to run this pump for 2 hours a day at 5 watts, we're looking at 40 cents a year to operate this pump. So it's very economical in that regard.
Yeah, well, we hadn't given electrical consumption any thought, but we have been using Energy Star appliances, so that's the one we want.
And what about the installation cost? If wasting water is costing us $444.11 a year, we'll want to compare that to our upfront costs.
The installed cost for your house, after I went through and took down a material list and the labor that's going to be involved plus the cost of the pump, we're looking at a total of $950. Now when you compare that to the $444.11, you can see that your simple payback is relatively quick. As in, a little over 2 years, the Comfort PM will pay for itself. Then extrapolate the savings over 20 years and the circulator can save tens of thousands of dollars in utility costs.
Let's make the investment. Let's install the Comfort PM.
Let's do it. Thanks a lot, Dave.
You're absolutely welcome.
Thank you, Dave.
Look forward to working with you.
Yeah.
We're in this home's mechanical room. This is their indirect water heater that's tied to a high efficiency boiler. And this is our dedicated recirc line that we've brought back. And what we're going to do now is install the Grundfos Comfort PM. Oh, and by the way, this is a very important thing to look at and read before you tackle the work, because it contains important information like taking the end off of this pump, because this is a sweat-to-sweat model, because you don't want to damage this O-ring or any of these internal components. So the O-ring comes out, and then we're going to install this up here on the copper. We're going to drop this line down. We're going to tuck it in underneath this circulator and mimic this piping and come back and tie into the return on the indirect water heater. And that will complete the rough end part of this job. Now that's on good and snug. Now the next thing is to attach the sensor, and the sensor is to be mounted between 8 and 20 inches away from the tank. The ribbon cable comes spooled inside the back of the Comfort PM and allows you to pull out up to 8 feet. The Comfort PM has an external sensor, but it also has an internal sensor which allows it to circulate in different modes. It's time for us to go get the homeowners and bring them down to the mechanical room and show them just how easy it is to program the Grundfos Comfort PM, because all they need is this one tool. Doug and Nicole were pleased with the orderly look of the circulator and its installation. They were about to be really impressed with the simplicity of the Comfort PM's operating modes. This is the part that I really love. Right now you're in AutoAdapt, but all you need to program this pump is one finger. You press that button once and it takes you over to the 24/7 365, and that just circulates water continuously. And if you go to the temperature bulb, now it's going to work on temperature differentials. Now if you guys are okay with this, I'd like to leave this on AutoAdapt and let it learn your hot water usage habits. If you're willing to do that, I'll check back with you in about 2 weeks and see how you like that and if it's really meeting your expectations.
Yeah, let's leave it on AutoAdapt.
That sounds good.
Cool, great. All right, I'm going to get back to work. Thanks, it's been
you,
great
Dave.
to work with you.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
You're
Really
welcome.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Really
absolutely.
appreciate it. Looks great. My wife and I are so happy with the Grundfos Comfort PM. Our water bills, our sewer bills, our gas bills are all significantly lower.
You know, I was skeptical that this device could actually learn my habits, but AutoAdapt has just really been fantastic. I turn on the shower and hot water's there.
It's one of the best investments we've made.
For more information about the Grundfos Comfort PM with AutoAdapt, find us on the web at us.grundfos.com.